This is a review of the ELIKE clamp-on meter. It comes in this nice carrying case, keeps all your stuff together in one spot. And inside, you've got the meter itself, and there's a temperature probe. That's the white thing you see here. It's got a temperature probe on the end, and then some other probes are used for voltage and ohm meters and stuff like that. The clamp-on thing, important thing for you to know, is there is a gap of exactly 1 inch here. So you can't get more than 1 inch wide material in there, so just keep that in mind. And it's got a variety of different settings. I mean, you can do everything from an ohm meter with this thing, to a voltmeter with this thing, to an ammeter, to a high voltage sensor, capacitance tester, and in fact there's even a spot in here where there's a continuity checker, so that's kind of good for checking diodes and what have you. So let's go through some of these tests and I'll show you what all it can do, or at least some of the stuff it'll do. Now this is a convoluted way of getting there, but I've got a load here. And this guy draws, I don't know, somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 watts. There's the thermostat that sets it off. And then I've got it running through this extension cord, and so that I can read it with this clamp-on ammeter, I've split out the extension cord, so we're looking at the power wire. And then with the amps on here, I can see how many amps there are. Well, right now it's off, but we'll turn this on here. Okay, now we're drawing power, and voila. And you can see there's 10.64 amps. Now this little piece of instrumentation here, this is a thermal sensor, and you can see down here I've got the meter set here on degree C. Okay, it's 24 degrees C. Now if I hold on to that thermal sensor, you know, your skin temperature is hot, so get a hold of that. You can see the temperature just climbs right on up. It'll get up to about 34 degrees C, because that's usually the skin surface temperature. Maybe my hands are cold and I won't get there. But you can see that's the way that works. So it's a nice temperature probe, and it's in some insulated non-flammable, well, I don't know if it's non-flammable, it's insulated materials, but you can put this in some fairly high temperatures and see exactly what the temperature is. So that's an additional real plus for this device. You plug into these two ports, the common and the voltage port there, plug those two in, got the thermal sensor in, flip the switch to degree C, and voila, you got degree C. And so you can take this probe and poke it around someplace that you're wondering what the temperature is, and away you go. You got a real live temperature reading. That's a pretty cool feature. And here I'm showing you a probe stuck into a new 9-volt battery, 9.51. So you can see it's got DC battery probes as well. That's a nice feature. There's several buttons on one of these. I've turned it to this little one right here, where it is an ohm meter, capacitance checker, and it's also a continuity checker. So I've got the probes right now. You can see, boy, there's just more features to this thing, and you can check a stick. I'm really impressed with this meter, and I checked it against another little meter, a little volt ohm meter that I've got. It's a little pocket volt ohm meter, and they're within a couple of percent of each other, and I suspect this one's probably right on the mark, and that one's about 2% off. So it's that is a handy device. I mean, it's got lots of handy features. You are going to have yourself a couple of AAA batteries that you put in the back here, and that's it. You know, it doesn't come with the batteries. You put your AAA batteries in, adjust it for whatever it is you're going to test, and away you go. And that's lots of features for not a heck of a lot of money. Very impressive.